Hey, Kevin, how's your leg doing?
Well, the knee's getting better, but now the hip, it was
Yeah,
the knee bone's connected to the thigh bone, the thigh bone's connected to the hip.
that's what they tell me.
So it's going to be a process. I think, though, it's not getting worse, so that's a good thing.
Well, that's good.
So
That's good. I've been trying to go down on my knee a little bit the last couple of days, and I noticed today I went down all the way to do an exercise. I had my hands on the knees, and when I came up, my left knee just popped.
yeah,
It didn't hurt, it didn't do anything, but it was not right.
right, yeah. No,
So it's
then
gonna take a little longer. Anyway, I thought I would take you guys up on your suggestion to take a look at one or two videos. So the first thing I thought I would do is share a letter that I got from Susan about her trip to New Zealand. So she included several photographs of herself in New Zealand. We'll take a look at that. And then we'll look at a video of some Tai Chi combat that happened. We may have actually looked at this before, but we'll go into a little more detail on it today. So give me a chance to cue this up. And I haven't figured out yet how to, you can do a video and then there's a little box up in the corner where I would appear and talk to you. I haven't figured out how to do that. So I'll just yell
yeah.
at the
While you're doing that, have you ever heard of a Chen stylist named Bai Ping Liang?
No, but that doesn't mean I don't know him. I just don't know his name.
There's a big commotion on the Facebook Chen Style and Hunyun pages. So this guy's talking about how all these lineages and whether or not there were disciples, and then when Feng Zhishang came to slap around the students, they beat him. I'm like, fuck you! There's no way you guys beat Feng. So,
Fong went to Chen Village a couple of times to help restart Chen style Tai Chi because Chen style Tai Chi had been destroyed. And while he was there, the story from our side goes, Chen Jiawang essentially attacked him. Um, they were fooling around doing a little stuff, and Chen Jiawang attacked him. It's a classic thing. In fact, we're going to see a video on exactly that same thing. And Feng was not the slightest bit interested in fighting with these kids. He's a generation older. He had no interest in doing that with him, and that's what it is. If this guy is picking that old story up, all I can say is it's an old story. I wouldn't worry about it.
yeah, well, it's different lineage. I think out of Beijing, and we're talking about how anyway, long story short, they're telling them that you got to realize that the Chen stylists are all over the world and they know their history. So if you start crapping on people that are dead and people that are alive know about it, they're going to call you on it. And then the guy's basically pimping his books out. And before all this consternation happened, I bought his books. They should get here today.
Uh-huh.
So they may be going back based on the critique I've heard already.
Um, that kind of argument, I think, is just absolutely ridiculous. It's just silly. It's silly even to have it. I don't care, frankly, what the truth is. Um, I've learned what I've learned out of Tai Chi, and I liked Feng. I think he was and is a really nice guy, a very genuine person and a nice guy. I liked Master Zhang. He was a good man. I wouldn't have stuck with him if he wasn't. And Master Zhang had real skills. He could put you down without any trouble at all. And his evaluation of Trump was, speaking of himself, he would say, I don't come up to his ankles.
You mean not Trump?
Fun.
Why are you?
Because I was reading something about
You're
Trump.
reading something nasty about Trump.
God, a comment I made in an article a couple of days ago was, I will have so much better life when I can open a newspaper and there are no articles about Trump in it. All right? I don't have to look at him again.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, that whole kind of who's got the magic and who doesn't is just bullshit. I wouldn't
Yeah.
pay any attention to it one way or another.
Yeah.
It's just it's not worth worrying about.
Well, this guy, I mean, his lineage is Yang Wen Jing, Yang Wen Hu, with Chen Zhao. And anyway, they're basically saying he's bullshitting about all the stuff he's writing, and it's just bullshit. So it's kind of fun to watch this go on. They're calling them on it.
It's that has been going on in the almost 35 years I've been in Tai Chi. That has been going on every year since. And none of it makes any difference. It's just bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking specifically about FENG, but there are always politics. And if you look behind the politics, it's always about somebody trying to raise themselves in people's eyes. And I think it's unfortunate, and but it's inevitable. And I have never paid the slightest bit of attention to it, and I don't pay any attention to it now.
If you're YouTubing and you want to see a cute little story, Chinese, cute movie, look at for Sweet Tai Chi.
Sweet Tai Chi, good. I could use some Sweet Tai Chi.
And it's a little romantic thing, and there's a lot of interesting fighting, and some of that magic crap, but and wire work, but still it's pretty. I've been watching little installments of it.
Well, I'll take a look at it. I could use a little Sweet Tai Chi. All right, let's look at Susan's letter and her pictures, and then we will take a look at this video that I'm talking about. Okay, guys, I am going to have to spend a couple of minutes looking for this video. But what I'm showing you right now is a private lesson with Master Zhang and a couple of other people. Kevin, do you recognize this guy on the right?
That's Uncle Justin.
Yeah, it's Uncle Justin, and this is one of his students. That's Master Zhang, and you'll see Michael Shea, I think, is the guy here. Kai is in the background. Anyway, we won't watch this whole thing, but you guys go ahead and watch this, and you'll get a feeling. Now, Master Zhang is quite elderly here. Nevertheless, this gives you a good feeling of what it was like to work with him. Oh, it's Brian Guan.
疼很疼，就是我说的，是别会阿婆，记住我给你讲来着，你看我别会，这当别会阿婆，对吧？看停掉是，没有停的地方呢，你看，没有停的地方，呀，也是也是。呀，这开始，哎，呀，照看，多大？OK， 你看他是怎么？我专门给他上一上，专门给他改一改。啊，他有时间他有什么事儿？今天大家伙都来了，一块连了，好。
他就是要来专程给你上这个课。专程来给你改拳的，对，你要我们闪开，我们也行，我们可以。我们可以在旁边自己练练。啊，你今天专门教他也可以。你们都在一块练了别的东西，我看都有。还有。如果师傅你要想教他，我们可以自己到公园去练。他明天有时间没有？明天有时间，可是今天既然有时间，人都来了，你就跟他改吧。啊，这么多人都在这缠，你们浪费你们的时间。没有，我们自己到公园去练。 就把2个女孩子留给你。对 ，too high。他用不上，你看，你这 too high 那个，你还不开心呢？他用法呢？你看我，看我，看看，你看，
看看，这 push， 这不都可以的？这是有too high 呀，这是够好，对，来的。
So when you go too high, you cannot
Yeah,
raise
too
that high.
high,
You have
yes.
to use the body to the back. The most efficient use the body strength to lift people up. Right?
Okay.
So you go too high, you got use the arm strength.
Right.
你看看他这个眼神，我们看看，你看看。
Too extended.
这怎么改？你们给他改吧，好不好？拜托我给他改。
So keep this bow like right here.
你看我什么？哎，是是，右腿这儿，哎是，来，东边也是的，来，不拉。手。
摔好了再出去。
是，他是这么着。
Open your chest, shoulder first, rotate.
Yes.
Shoulder.
Yeah. 你watch，
Watch here.
现在，
Just go that way.
Videotape over here.
Oh.
Because the fun part will be over
Okay,
here.
thank you.
是不？看他掉跑着，看了啊！你看看小动作，这没丢，这个跑着的啊！你看害羞，你看着头，别会领下来，看着，
Head straight.
看别会领下来，看了，我下去送着，看了，
打开
push 又 push me，这不他倒了，再来慢，这儿慢，看我就第一个在这了，反过来，他这压呢，看了。
哦，就算按键儿，对吧？
他这一按，我这一送，这不一弄，这愣个事儿呢，
就不按不丢，
他不丢啊，
一按就来了。
听没有？你看还有这么走，你看过了哈，我不是走了，我这么走了，看了没有？这走，这一压就摔他，我都控他了。
就是高他马的招数对吧？
人家讲好像是没错，你听说？
就是前面那个就是他这样推他一下子就转肩，
看
推转肩，
推这么推，是明白？这加人推这一加人我这样这弄不了的。啊，以后的我就送的家来，他这过了，你看，这样走的，来一趟。
Yeah, Brian trying to be sneaky, yeah. Not to be the show partner, okay.
你看，这光手，你看，光手都光着他，
啊！说这个很厉害，他每次拿的方向不一样，他拿2、3次每次方向不一样的，这个很厉害。
这上手是那的，
对，上
手的，这过了以后呢，等。
你看，
你们每次过来都跑吗？
有啊，inside movement， 你们学的里头的东西，inside，no outside， 明白？那 outside 不可以的。
Focus on the inside. Focus on.
你看你看那打人呢，这打手来的，就打上呢，他打那这儿了，我在这来了，看到没？我这样走，我这不走，我这不退，我这不一拧，啪的这么一扔，2种扔法。
从上面一会儿碰一下的。
啊，你看一打手在上啪在这，就是西子摆脸这种法。
就说他往那边，他是往那边拧，你就转过去一下。
他往那边拧，我才这么打，摔的。你看，林德来的摔的，你看草地摔的。
So over there, there's a patch of flat grass. Linda was another student who came earlier. And it's been flattened by Linda.
这 ARET， 他别人来的。
And Jared too.
啊，
就说这个听很重要，很重要，他要还有挤没有，
就你画了，
我花了。
对，但是呢，他最好要挤，要不挤你就不要去试，不要勉强。
你看他看了，看这个动作呢，
So this is
这有了，这有了，这儿了，不要这么入城，这不可以的。这一看上，你们都来了，这一块连了，看我单独给他们改。
要有推他有，不推就没有。
Justin 他给他改都没问题，你们
so
都给他改。
Justin, you have a lot of work to do for Tai.
走对了，没错。
还是没搞对，就是你师傅这个身体过来压在身上了，卷他一下。对，师傅就是个动，这个一下把身体压到
是那是你拿不了，你看他拿，先给你，你看拿吧，
我拿不了啊，我就是道理，我
拿。
你不要拿他，他拿一反拿。
对，我就想拿他，
拿不了，你拿不了，告诉你拿不了。
就我们两个还是，我看你的包里跟我的太机械了，想机械的就把它合在一起。是的。
你看了吗？你这么走，就出了顶尖儿了。对，看了吗？你这个尖儿你不绕不着啊，退休没有啊？这不再走10年，我还慢慢的掉他。首先你看啊，
推手就拿不死人。
不大，我也不帅，你看，你看，你看这不是？这是捧着这儿，看了吗？这又捧着这儿，这在这儿，不丢掉呢，在这儿过来，别回来，食指捧着的呢，在这儿呢，看了吗？你看，抻了。你看，松着叉叉了，你看，在这儿呢，看到了，看了，我慢点走，看了，走了，看了，配着点走，看，
这就有了，
这就有了，你看，这就有了，你看，我这是有的，我捧了点儿没丢的，这是有，这一点子倒，因为我这个今儿练的是细，整个今儿俺们俩是个正体的。他怎么走怎么塞的，这个针不好找啊。
那是我们练也要练，刚才是有这么慢嘛，慢慢找嘛。
那这个针在这里的，你今儿看，这看在其实啊，你们都没走出来。你看，我还往下走，来回往上里，我下这一个安角。
None of us have gotten
你
this
们看
far.
闷了的，你看。
None of us have
你们走
gotten
出来了吗
what he wanted us to
对
get.
啊，看了吗？我手没动，哎。我是按下，你看在这儿就看
It's a level of integration.
你看是按下，这要下走。
Just this little movement.
哎，要
It's
下走。
already very powerful
是连
to control your opponent.
哎呀，这，我就不是这么走的，你们我说你们啊，这不是山吗？
对，要想办法用那个身体劲儿把它压下来。
哎，身体不能弄上来，这真能找。我是这么讲，你们是这么会领会，这连着的。明白？为什么手抻呢？你看，看啊，抻了吧？抻了，就是抻了。你才懒功，这叫懒动。我不懂，你不懂；我懂，你先懂。
他不。
What'd you think?
I wish I knew Chinese.
Well, what would happen is after about 5 or 10 years, you'd basically understand it. You would learn some Chinese, you would hear some English, and you pick up his body motions, and that's how you learned it. So when he would go, man, slowly. That first, almost everything he was talking about was out of the first move of the first form. So that move here, he was saying, that's important. What he was, we just did that, and we didn't really talk about it in terms of push hands like he was doing. But he was saying he was saying, you guys are not getting this. What he meant was you're moving too fast. You're skipping over what's really going on. So yes, you can learn some version of the outside form, but that doesn't get you to Tai Chi. It's learning the inside, and the only way to learn the inside is to figure out what the fuck the form actually is. I'll edit that. So he was saying, you know, this movement right here, that's important in controlling your opponent. You can use it as a strike, right? Or you can just grab hold of your opponent this way. And the reason it works is because of your insides, not because of your outsides. And what he was asking them to do was to slow down, man, slowly, 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 and pay attention. Years ago, he stopped the class in the middle of a class. It was a beautiful spring day, sunny out. He stopped the class and he went like this. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. This is gold. Pay attention. Don't just skate over the surface, because that's not Tai Chi. The truth is, it takes you 10 years of hard work to get anywhere with Tai Chi. All right? If you don't do that, then what you're doing is Tai Chi exercise. And exercise is fine. That's okay. But if you are interested in getting what's really going on here, you have to pay attention every second to everything that's going on. Not just what your teacher says and what you see on YouTube, but especially to yourself and your classmates, if you're lucky enough to be able to do some push hands with them. So what he was talking about there and doing with everybody was just that one tiny motion. You think it's just a small thing. You just, you know, it's a small thing you can throw away. Watch. And oh my God, it's just a tiny little thing. You're rooting yourself. And once you're rooted, you can control that guy. If you don't root yourself, you're just like a thistledown. You just blow away in the wind, all right? So you are rooting yourself. That root could turn into strike, all right? Or it can turn into control of the guy's body. But what's important is that you root yourself. And if you learn Tai Chi well, even if you don't do the strike, you do not do this. Don't do this. That's just empty Tai Chi. Okay, I couldn't find that other thing. I'll look for it. We'll look at it for tomorrow. But I've got two other little videos, and we'll spend a few minutes looking. We'll go over 5 minutes here, but we'll watch 10 minutes of each. The next one is of Chen Shang. Chen Shang was one of Master Feng's disciples, just like Master Zhang was. And this is a little 10-minute video that was taken out in one of the parks in Beijing or someplace around in China. And he's talking with a small group of people who are guys who are interested in push hands and whatever. Again, this is all in Chinese, but that's okay. Just watch his body motions.
全在身上，这是综合的力量。就这概念能弄清楚。如果要使，那我就综合。没有说单纯我给你使棚啊，我给你使铝，我给你使己，是吧？这个不是这个概念，不是这个概念。所以说，你要是说这个怎么去单练，这个咱们可以说。
你别说单练
啊，
别说这单练，单练应该怎么练？我用色应该怎么用？再做出来，这样综合起来。咱想不用当练，单练，
哎，对不对？这不是这样。
Now you see what he's doing? It's exactly what Master Zhang was talking about. Exactly the same move.
盖上，你要把它整个身体盖上，把它整个身体盖上，你才是棚，是吧？这个在棚的同时呢，你说我要用，我在棚的时候，我就往下这么一按就得了。我这不是一摁吗？一摁他不管我， 你看他管不管？你一管，我就下手就有了。
得做出来。
啊，是啊，那他得应我，一问一答呀，这么一来，那跑。
哦，对，就这样。
咣就一个，咣就一个，那甭客气，是吧？这就是这要手呢，是吧？他要不给我不，我问你你不说话，那我就别问了，我不讲理了。你一问，我一问你，你就得回答我，你回答错了，我告诉你错了，啪，这就是错了，你知道吗？
你现在说的也可以打，
也可以打，也可以打。这个打呢，这样就可以回去了。你看，这是回去了，我这捋着就回去了，这是随屈就伸，是吧？如果我刚一低手，嘿，从这儿走也是，从这就钻过来，跟那蛇似的。这一低手，这是给它整个，你看，这全抱，啪，我这一穿就完了。这就是禅师的这手啊，虚的。不是说我过去，我再跟他较这劲，我得费多大劲啊！哎，这一来一走，这不是过去了吗？是吧？这些都是这个要手，都是要手。而且我伸手的时候，你看我伸手的时候就回来，这就是随屈就伸。我这一伸手就回来，你是不是就到了吗？是吧？这个也是用他的手，我还没给你下这手呢，我这边全给他死捆上了。说这个腹盖全捆上了，这边全有了，这全看着呢，我就能这样给他扔出去。这
说一下，
你这走得了吗？你瞧着我是这点，他一碰啊，我这一回来，这腿全是我的了。手可以推手，也可以推腿。不是那么死板的，有点那个横的道理。啊，是啊，因为我这一接手，你明白这意思吧？你还跑得了啊？我这要真扔你，砰楞就起来，是吧？这都是法，都是在随屈就伸。你看我一伸手我就回来，我没有去，我要跟他碰上劲儿，你看俩这怎么着？这叫顶流。是吧？我这点松了，我这底下才能进。你看，我松了，我才能进。我要不松，我进不去。是吧？这些你弄清楚了，你就知道他怎么去用了。他这一有劲儿，我就走。你看，我过来了，你没看我这肘要我敲的就给敲死了。
那就行。
你看，这点打了，这点。你看这打不打？让你看着我转着走，是吧？就是这样，一走，走到这边我就奔他这去了，就是你看你怎么这太极啊，就是在转动，他用你看我练的时候，用起来都是很快的，那也不客气，没有客气。那个踩，昨天那个踩，哦，对，这是踩啊，这是梆这一个，这踩就在这俩手指，这等于这一接，你看两个这个，他这踩我还利用，这是我这么就光踩，我要带上这个你，这他就是往我这头上，往我这手上撞。是吧？那打一个稀里糊涂，而且我在去的时候，这样走，我不怕他踢我，为什么？我这样走，整个走，明白这意思吧？我把这个截面积，这个截面，它这点整个是截面积，我把这个截面积全封死，你看我表达了，是不是？哎，就是这个也是随屈就伸。我在这个，你看我让他找不着我的点了。不管拳击的、散打的也好，他找不着我的点，是吧？他得找点吧，得找这点吧。你练拳击你知道，你说我这样一运动起来，他还找我什么点啊？是吧？我这点我就等于断了他根了，这叫吃根埋根、推起根，这有理论跟着。 我吃住它的根，埋进这个根。你看，我要什么叫摧根？你看，这叫摧根，就是摧毁它这根，就是一动，一点点，我就往回一点点，上下这一个椭圆圈就使了。就是我能去，我就能回来。我能去，我就能回来。你看，我这能去，我就能回来。又接着就是这概念。我再要妈那个，就绷着一妈就不用使劲，他知道我没有使劲。所以说咱们练得练这个，圆了，是吧？而且他这个下一步的连环的运用的，全跟着暗藏杀机，他已经完全在我的控制，他这跟我一碰手，已经在我的控制之下，完全在我的控制之下。我不但吃根埋根推一根，而且我这还打着他呢。这打的就是你看不见，这一下不给顶死，是吧？这一下不啪一顿，嘡这底下打，这个在底下打，嘡这肘不要的命。明白这意思吧？这个，你看我在抓的同时，这肘正好打这，这膝正好打这，是吧？所以说你这知道，等我他一走一放开，我这膝从后头就进攻了。就是你的太极，你要围着他转，他要围着你转，你体验一武功的打。因为这么一打，这个就打，是吧？防打一阴反一阳，这一歘这一阴一阳的打，老这一样就是神气。后面这劲不大，你感觉到了，是吧？腾就一点，就能把尾巴骨打折了。当然起来杠呢，我告诉你啊，这叫七棚，还没离太极，还是个棚。哦，你认为我这个有棚，我这也是棚，是吧？这也是。大不大的看您有经验在接手上也是，这直接到了，是吧？啪就直接到了，直接有人是过来了，是吧？这是爬打，就这么一爬一打，尤其他妈也跟你这来，这啪这一点就完了，这眼珠子就出来了，这出来就奔着就点。放在这点，那不客气，这一踩，这一踩就过来。你看这正好这个过去同时，这就回去了，这是取序有余，这是重的就过去了，是吧？这都是要手的方法，就是刚一递手，这要手的方法。3万掌，3万掌你看他跟玩似的，啪一下就过去，因为就是，是吧？我这一过来了，是吧？就是你看我把我这封的很严，我跑到后头去了，这样下，就是手法的运用，就是你看练多了，你知道了之后，就是你在哪个方位都能出手，不单。
Let's watch one more.
啊，这叫松心，想哪儿啊？一个是松到手心，一个是松到脚下。哎，这个这样走也可以，这样走也可以，是吧？现在不松气，现在不关气，什么时候关气？就定势的时候，是吧？身家对手，哎，把气松到这儿。7分松到这儿，3分到烧结了，很自然的。不要这个完了，不行，站着。哎，这再第二个，这样，这叫什么？气贯丹田。也不要用力，也不要使劲儿，就用意思一想， 松气，哎，沉夹坠肘，松气，气散。时间一长呢，气丹田气满了，满了内气就足了。这个地方，应当你们注意以后做一个力圈，这儿到这儿了吗？下来，这个力圈，因为是这样的，是吧？就是这个啊，那是个力圈，离到这儿，一转一个力圈，这实际上也是跟着它啊。哎，这是平的，哎，是这样。还有一个那个，这眼视红穴，眼视红穴，改一改啊。你不要给周老师说了，这你们自己掌握就好了哈。别说啊，周老师冯老师说了，你这个点说不对，不要这么说，是吧？你讲也没关系，但是就不要讲。这个拳呢，就是要平，从心这儿，也叫平心吹，也叫眼视红穴。它是这个挂力，这个往后挂，这个拳打出去，这拳是拧出去的，而要平，不能跑出去，这不行，没劲儿，把劲儿就自个消耗了。哎，你看这钻头，你知道吧？钻头钻眼儿的钻头，得要直啊，咱这不一弄都钻不了了，眼儿钻不了了。这就是一打就把这动它这一个洞啊，要平，越平越好。哎，现在不要使劲，现在一使劲就练不好了，先慢慢练。到这我不打劲，你看，要求，下这是光，走安静，又输了可以发了。
我还是走后腿啊，哎，还没有发劲呢，还是走后腿。
哎，还是，哎，好一点了，好，对，哎呀好，要嗨，哎，好，哎，不要，哎，微开，哎，这样不直脑子，啊，不要直，打完了自然松，啊，松了吧？不是，打完了不能这样，打完了，松了，自然松。这是螺旋，跟这枪子弹，啊，枪子弹不是出去，是吧？都是螺旋的嘛。你枪子弹出去，这样出去它也打不远，它也没劲儿了，是不是？这是力学，哎，而且这个挂劲儿，这挂，哎呀，哈气，开气，行，好，不能老练，不能老打伤气，哎，这是一个动作，还有一个动作就是劈人锤呀，你这手张着不好，是吧？劈人锤，拢住气，这个可以练，是吧？哎，这实地这个劈人锤是螳螂拳。刀郎知道吧？这两啊，这三环掌呢是这个通背拳，三掌不是不懂吗？三环掌啊。
Okay, well, I hope you found that interesting. So you had 3 different teachers, all out of the same lineage, starting with Master Zhang, then Chen Xiang, and then Feng himself. Feng obviously teaching a civilian who was not very advanced there. A lot of what Feng was doing was mimicking bad Tai Chi, so hopefully you picked that up. What he was talking about, that little section there is very interesting. He's talking about how to punch and going over all the things you can do wrong, which that young man was doing. That's a little bit of old China. He was somewhere around the Forbidden City there. That's the wall around the Forbidden City, and you could see that was probably back in the early '80s or so. There's not much traffic. It's relatively quiet. Beijing's not like that anymore. Beijing is like New York City now. It's big high rises and traffic, all Audis, all German cars, German and Italian cars, Audis and Mercedes, and it's just insane, including even around the old Forbidden City. Anyway, what he was trying to get the guy to understand is how basically you do a punch. So one of the things that he was saying is, and a lot of people do this, right? When they punch, they sort of go like this. They're actually going upward, right? Well, if you were doing a flick under somebody's chin, that might be okay, but that's not what you do for the punches. The punches, as he said, come from the area of the solar plexus, right? So they're actually going quite straight from your center. See, I have a more advanced teaching technique because I have this little piece of white tape, right? They come from your center, right? And it's not the muscles in the arm. It's this twisting the body. So that's hitting backwards. That's hitting forward, and you just flick that out, and that's what he was trying to get him to understand. Right? It's not about using the arm and going up. He also mentioned keep your head up, keep your body weight high. If you're like this, or looking down, it doesn't work very well. So you want to keep your central column pretty much free, so that you can rotate around it. Anyway, I thought that was, I didn't really mean to play those, but that's actually a pretty good introduction to the art. The business with Chen Shan, I think is really interesting. That's how you learn to do sparring and fighting. Now, none of those guys, and the guy that he was fooling around with, was anywhere close to being able to do sparring or anything. But what you could probably tell from watching Chen Shang is how relaxed he is. It's just very, very relaxed. But Chen Shang was 1 in a million. He had a tremendous amount of experience before he even came and started working with Master Feng. And then he worked with Master Feng for 10 or 12 years before he was pretty much out on his own there. So he was a very advanced, unusual kind of student. Not many people get that kind of opportunity anymore.
Yeah, Ron, have you seen that video? Stanford?
Yeah. I'll see if I can find that. We can play that tomorrow.
Yeah, because that's crazy. I could see that coming out in his Tai Chi, and that just explosive Fajin.
Yeah, the Fajin and Bajin, the Fajin and the Tai Chi are the same thing. There are differences in approach and angles, but it's basically the same idea. Get your body right, completely behind emotion. So when this is the move that they were, it's a Baji move, but there's another move in Tai Chi that's almost exactly like this, right? Where it's right down the thigh, and everything, the whole body has to do it. It's not the fist, it's the body that does it. And if you can get the trick of that, you can do it and be very relaxed when you're doing it, actually, except for that moment of the flick itself. I loved that guy where he walked around the guy and then gave him a little rabbit punch back there, and the guy's going, ah. Because it was just a little pop, right? It wasn't anything much at all. But if you've ever had a rabbit punch into your lower ribs or your kidneys, it will hurt, and it will hurt for a long time too. He's probably sore for a day or two. Anyway, questions, comments, anything? Brand.
I think it's interesting to see. They're very patient. They're like, okay, yeah, that was bad. Let's try again. That was bad. Let's try again.
Exactly.
I've met two of those people, you know, Chen Shang and Master Zhang.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah. Well, and in a way, I should play that Feng thing for everyone. I swear, guys, I swear this is true. Just listening to Master Feng's voice will change your Tai Chi. I don't know what there is about it. Maybe it's just me, but just listening to the timbre of his voice and listening to him puts something into you that wasn't there before. Now, maybe not everybody gets that same thing, but I got it out of there. Master Zhang's always very excited and very excitable, right? He's well, you know, do this, do that. Anyway. That little part where Master Feng went like that. What was he doing? He was imitating a drill, like an electric drill, like that. That's what he was meaning. It's like an electric drill. This is your arm is like the bit of a drill. It's going through space. And then he did a gun, you know, a rifle. And he was saying, you know, what makes it a rifle is there's a spiral incised into the inner side of the barrel, and so the bullet comes out like this, just like a spiral on a football or something. And that's exactly what Master Zhang used to use, exactly that same metaphor when he was teaching too. Anyway, it's kind of interesting to watch it. The truth is, very, very few people ever get to doing any sparring, much less fighting with Tai Chi, or frankly any of the martial arts. That's a really serious. You've got to be really good. If you can imagine if you actually got into a sparring contest with Chen Shang, he'd kill you. Now, he wouldn't because he's a nice guy, but you know, if he was one of the bad guys in the Hong Kong kung fu movies, then he would pretty nearly kill you without any effort at all. And don't forget, he was Master Feng's disciple, right? So he was learning from Master Feng. I think Chen Shang has a tremendous sparring ability. I think Feng in his younger days did too. But just like in the stuff that Chen Shang was doing with those guys there, he can't really do very much. You can't do very much. You'd kill somebody if you did very much. So you sort of show a few things and hope they you know get something from it. But they're not, you know, the truth is none of those people that were watching him were ever going to become martial artists. Because you got to start that when you're 7 years old. It's like I want to be an Olympic figure skater. Okay, but you're 47 years old. You're not going to be an Olympic figure skater. It's not going to happen. You got to start that 40 years earlier. Who knows? But nevertheless, it's really interesting to watch. It's interesting to watch the movement of their body, and I think that you can actually get a lot of stuff from watching videos like that, because you can pick up something of their movement and their relaxation, just their attitude, maybe more than anything else. You know.
Didn't you say at one time that Master Zhang used to handle all the challenges for Grandmaster Feng?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian said so. Who knows?
Yeah, it's interesting because every time I watch this stuff over the years, you know, it's like you start and you think, oh, what the hell is he doing? And then a little later on you go, oh, chest is, contract, up, down, up, you can see everything start to move, even under all the clothes, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, when I first started with Master Zhang, and he was, still a relatively young man. That is, he was actually less than 70 years old, and he would wear, on really hot days, he would just wear a t-shirt or something. And when he was doing his exercises, it looked like there was an animal under his shirt, moving around under his shirt. We used to call his shirt his bag of squirrels, because it was like he had a bag of squirrels, and it's like, wow, that's amazing. I mean, you couldn't even understand it because we were just beginners. So, but he was so well developed down in this area here that each of his muscles, each of his muscles would work. And it literally, they would, you can't really see it here. I guess I got a black t-shirt on too, but it was literally like something was moving around underneath here. And it's like, holy shit, what is that? Well, it was his body.
But yeah, I mean, I'm starting to be able to move single muscles at a time now.
Yeah.
And usually it was like one big package. You couldn't separate anything, and it didn't. And then all of a sudden now it's like, oh, okay. Now I got to figure out what to do with it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is why Grandmaster Feng said, if you truly want to understand Tai Chi, if you want to get to a very high level, plan on spending 99 lifetimes, because that's what it takes to get there. And he was not kidding. All right. So, I don't know, what lifetime are you on, Kevin?
I think I'm still in negative numbers.
No, you're not. You're above zero, and you too, Rand. I don't feel like I'm very far along at all. Maybe 12 lifetimes or something, but I got 80 some to go, right? But it's interesting to see. You don't often see real teaching, because it's really pretty rare, and part of it is because there aren't that many really good people. Part of it is because the students that you're working with are at such a low level that you can't do very much because you'd hurt them, right? So you just learn to keep your hands to yourself and not hurt anybody, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm looking forward to doing a retreat this spring, Kevin. Finally, after all this time, maybe we can get a retreat in.
Yep. Hopefully.
In fact, I'm thinking about sending everybody an email here sometime in the next week or so, and just getting a head count about how many people would be interested in coming up over the Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, I'll start checking into hotels and see what's required to reserve rooms, and
Yeah.
what a price, how many we need for X price or Y price or whatever.
Good.
Somebody just has a bed and breakfast they opened up in town. I mean, Motel 6 is about 10 minutes max away from the house.
Right.
But this place is in town, and it sleeps, well, they say it sleeps 12, but I have to see it first. So that's another option.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun. Just get the whole house if possible. Sure. That would be a good solution. I'm sure they'd be happy with it too. Okay, guys, we're way over time, so sorry to keep you over time. We'll pick it up again tomorrow. I will find that missing video that I want to see. Actually, it made a lot more sense to watch these videos first, anyway, and then we'll watch the other one tomorrow. Okay, guys, see you later.
Bye.